Hey guys, and welcome to this video where I'm going to be analysing my footage from a recent Warzone game where essentially I was handed a big fat L thanks to my, let's be honest, stupidity. I managed to come second and managed to get 8 kills along the way as well, and I'm just going to talk through where I made good decisions and bad decisions, and hopefully you can learn from that too. So I'm going to start off with the first clip, and so the first clip is literally just me dropping in, looking for my drop zone. I decided to drop at airport. Straight off the bat I managed to get a kill. This is one of the 5 locations that typically I will drop during a game of Warzone. I'm actually going to do another video about those 5 locations. The link will be somewhere around the screen or in the description below. So you can see here I just hit the ground, I can hear somebody else coming in, unload my clip in him, and he's dead. Easy kill. And I explained in that other video as well exactly how dropping in this location really helps when you want to pick up some kills very early on in the game. So in this second clip you can see that essentially what I'm doing is I'm camping it out in the police building. In this police building, just looted as per usual, and essentially I hear footsteps from a random place. And essentially what I do is run up to the roof and just unload a clip into the top of this guy's head. That's pretty much it. It's super effective because people just aren't expecting you to be so much higher up. They're looking on the horizon or directly in front of them. And that actually works in this next clip as well, where I pick up my 3rd kill. So clip 3, again I can spot essentially red dots, and I'm currently being hunted as well. So I'm really on edge and making sure that essentially I'm not being attacked from behind or anything like that. So I stay up on the roof to make sure that, I can see pretty much everything. I can very clearly see that there was a person dropping to the left and also a person dropping over to the garages, and I presume that the people hunting me is over there. However, you can very clearly see now that somebody else is approaching me. Chuck a grenade down, didn't really work. He's managed to run into the building, and all I've done is just come up behind him with my P90 and just essentially managed to use exactly the same technique that I used in the last clip to just essentially land on top because they aren't expecting it. They've seen you on the roof, and it's just a technique that seems to work pretty well. I managed to make my way over to the train station. I've picked up a custom loadout, which I will go through in another video, but essentially I can hear footsteps the entire time I'm around this area, and so essentially I stay in the high ground yet again. Keep checking out the surroundings that I have and making sure that, for example, there's nobody sneaking up behind me. Taking a look at where the next area is as well, so I know whether or not people are pushing towards me, or whether or not I'm going to need to push up against people and know where they are. You can see that using my heartbeat sensor, I'm always checking to make sure if anyone's there, and not actually because they didn't pop up on the heartbeat sensor itself, but you can see that I managed to pick up another kill as well, which essentially was due to me using my headphones again, and because I have a decent headset, obviously I can hear footsteps from pretty much all around. I was waiting for that tin noise as well because that means that I knew he was on the roof. So he was like danger close, and yeah, again had the drop on him from a higher ground, and managed to make the most of it. So you can see here I'm essentially taking somebody out. For some reason the game capture just essentially messed up and started from me trying to take somebody out. I then get sniped from behind. And luckily I have a self-revive, otherwise I would have been screwed. Getting cluster strikes obviously not the best thing, so running indoors is pretty much essential. I still need to pack some more armor on, and so I'm aware of obviously the person that was behind me and also the person that I almost killed. I'm 99% sure that the person I almost killed was the person that went to win the game. So you can see now I'm poking through this door, trying to take the armor off of this guy. It's not going amazingly well, but I want to make sure that I stay in this cover, and I just use the mount essentially to make sure that I have the best aiming possible. I'm aware that the zone is coming in for me quickly. I would love to have ran over and grabbed some of his stuff, however that's just not the way that the area was letting me. I spot another fight going on up ahead. No real need for me to be engaged, really. There's no advantage to me getting engaged at this current point in time. checking around behind me. So I'm actually going to stop the clip here. Stop it now. Because essentially I'm checking to my left, however I'm really not checking to my right that much. Not that this could have been an advantage or a disadvantage, it's just a little bit silly that I didn't check all the surroundings that I had. And had I checked that right, I may have seen the person that I was shooting earlier. However, I was so preoccupied with the fight that was happening around the shipping containers that I just didn't think about that. So that was mistake number 1 on my part, which then obviously led to me losing a game, coming second, which is the most heartbreaking thing that can happen in a game of Warzone. So I'm going to play the rest of the clip, and you can see then I glance at the petrol station, but it's nothing. It's really cursory. There's no double checking or anything like that. Pull up my heartbeat, double check, and see whether or not anyone's in front of me. Although realistically, I didn't need to do that purely because there was no real advantage to me doing that on the left. There was such little area of the zone. Now this was partly due to me being able to listen this kill, and essentially I was just able to hear footsteps coming. Me being behind the truck was super useful as well, because I could obviously see the guy's body poking through. He seemingly killed somebody else within that shipping container as well, so there was tons of stuff for me to get, so I was fully armoured up and ready to go. You can see now that there are 4 people left, and this is the last clip where things seem to go south. So essentially I have a cursory look around, make sure that, for example, there's nobody running around randomly. Make sure to take this wall as cover. Again, good moves. I spot somebody out in the distance. Now I'm actually going to pause for a split second. I spot somebody out in the distance, but obviously I know for a fact that because he's running away, and this is the guy that actually wins the game, there was no way that I could have killed him in the short amount of time that he had when he was running between that fence. Now, maybe if I'd have started shooting, he could have shot back at me and he could have killed me then. But essentially, as I'm looking at him, I'm just evaluating whether or not, like, is a kill confirmed or not, because I don't want to engage and then get pinned down behind this wall because I don't know where the next area is going to be. So we will start up again with the next clip. So I run round and essentially I spot 2 people, which is amazing. Managed to pick off one of them because he was being attacked by the guy that won again. And then obviously because the other guy was panicking, I presume, because he was being shot at, he managed to like essentially run straight at me, and I was able to pick him off very easily. And so I'm going to rewind slightly. So I've just killed the guy. I'm behind. I'm checking out because there's one guy left. I know there's one guy left. Unload quite a lot of bullets into him. Crack his armor. I need to duck down because, you know, I can put more armor on. I can reload. I cracked his armor. I'm in a good position. You can see the new areas popped up. Again, I don't think I've made any mistakes here. I'm running into the storm to pick up this guy's stuff. I can see the storm is coming into me. My gas mask is keeping me fit and healthy. So again, I unload his armor and I destroy his armor yet again. Duck down behind a tree, reload, re-armor up. Again, good decision making up until this point. This is where I make the pretty much fatal mistake. I've mounted on this tree. Essentially, the mount will only allow me to turn so much. And you'll see here if I press play now. You can see here that I'm waiting for him to come into my line of sight. And he very nearly kills me, to be fair. I'm very lucky to still be alive. I'm running back now and I'm trying to get behind cover in the tree. And there he kills me. And that's how he managed to get the win. So essentially, let's go back slightly and review what happened. I'm starting here from the reload. So you can see I'm running in towards the tree. I'm fully reloaded. I've turned and I'm literally looking slap bang at him. I can see him. And I know for a fact that he's going to be on reasonably low health. And you can see in the bottom left hand corner of the screen as well, my health isn't great either. My first mistake is I don't mount onto the tree again. Now, that was a mistake a second ago because I couldn't move. However, mounting onto the tree could have given me the advantage here. I also want to point out that although he's running straight at me, I could have taken a second just to heal up a little bit more and give my health a little bit more, or I could have been a bit risky and maybe even shielded up as well. There are so many different things that I could have done in this situation, and analysing them I can now see that, right, I could have done this, I could have just waited a split second. He's looking at him now, I'm aiming down sights right at him. He has no cover around him. So admittedly, he's probably going to rush me, but he might be a little bit hesitant because I have the only cover within a, looking at it, 10 meter distance. And so again, hit and play. My other mistake here as well is I actually step away from the tree, so I'm even easier to shoot and I don't back up into cover, and he manages to kill me. So yeah, handed a fat L in the worst way possible. Coming second in a game is always so annoying. But I hope that this analysis will help you in your future games with your decision making and stuff like that. I find that doing things like this really help me too, because I'm able to go back and learn from them, from any mistakes that I made in previous games. Again, I just feel like I was really unlucky in this. I broke that guy's armor twice. We go again, and hopefully I will manage to get myself a victory next time.